medical care. Yuck. So I'll start by saying I live in a very small town. And in this town, we have two Dollar Generals near us is the only store. And one is probably about a half a mile away from me. The other one's probably a half mile farther down the road than that. Now, why in the world we need two Dollar Generals in a small town? You tell me. But anyways, back to the medical issue. So, besides medical insurance sucks, my husband had to have some procedures done, and all of his co-payments come up to over $3,000. Well, needless to say, I'm only sending them a small amount a month just to keep them off my back because we pay insurance. We shouldn't even have co-payments, especially not that high. But being that we do, they're only going to get a few dollars a month, and if they don't like it, not my problem. Especially when other people and people illegal to the country get free medical care. Yeah, I don't care about making the payments too much. So anyway, I might get to the point of this video eventually. My daughter had been having some issues for a while. And she had to go to the ER and given the usual round of tests and all that good jazz. Only to be told she needed a procedure done. And so they were going to transfer her to the nearest big hospital, which is approximately a half an hour from us. So we were waiting around, and they canceled the transfer because apparently they had no room for her. Now, in the big cities, I'm sure that that's nothing new. You've probably heard that. But as I said, being in a small town, this is the first time I had ever personally heard of them doing such a thing. So their suggestion then was that she could either be transferred. There was two places, and each one is probably about an hour and a half away, just in different directions. And the one area is known for a lot of crime, and the hospital is actually, as I think most big hospitals that I've seen, are in a not good part of town. So I didn't want to go there. Besides the fact that I didn't know much about how to get around that town. The other town I knew a little bit more about, and it was in a safer city, so we chose that one. So the ambulance takes forever, but they finally transfer her to this other hospital. And she's literally there for one night, and the next day I had video chat with the nurse, being that I was an hour and a half away. Now, my daughter's an adult, so she was fine on her own. It's not like it was anything serious. It needed immediate attention. But she had said she was being released, so I'm like, she's having all these issues. The Tyrant, the hospital wanted to transfer her to you to be taken care of. She goes, wow. And she told me she didn't know why they did what they did, but she's like, she was put here to be seen, and she was. And the doctor recommends she goes home because she had this appointment with a specialist in a few weeks after that anyways. So we drive out there the next day and get her. And then also, well, before we got her, the nurse had also said that the procedures and tests she actually needed done couldn't be done when she was an inpatient in the hospital. This she would have to be an outpatient before her insurance would cover it. Again, this is something I have never heard of. I think it's really, whatever. I'm sure all the red tape and legalities, but it's just ridiculous to hear this. So, yeah, she came home still in a lot of pain. Went to the hospital. And then she had another regular doctor's appointment for another issue. But she was really ill. And so when she got to the doctor's appointment, they had to take her into the office in a wheelchair. And the doctor basically told her that there was nothing he could do for her, and he literally sent her home. Also, keep in mind, they took her out of his office to the car, again, in a wheelchair. Now, it seems to me, if somebody is that sick that they can't walk into a doctor's office, you think the doctor would be more concerned. Now, my daughter is a caretaker for my mother, so she stays with her. And my mother had actually been the one to take her to this last doctor's appointment. And she told me, she's like, with the shape she's in, she's like, I wasn't going to take her home in that condition. So she took her to the hospital, local hospital again, and it turned out that she had an infection in her, so they gave her some more medicines and everything. And anyways, to wrap up the story, kind of, she does have another appointment with a specialist, which is about a half an hour away. So hopefully they can figure out, like, they know what her issue is, but they're not sure exactly what is giving her the issue until they go in and do these invasive tests and procedures and things. So hopefully once she has that appointment, which I think it is the end of August, she still has a lot of pains here and there, but she's doing better than what she was, thankfully. But yeah, so we have to wait, I think, till the end of August to go to this doctor, and then we'll have to see from there. But I just think it's ridiculous that hospitals are turning people away because they're too full. I mean, and then for them to say that that the insurance wouldn't pay if she's a patient, but that they would pay for the test if she's an outpatient. Make it make sense.